Yeah, the crowd, and I'll, let me ask you about the whole situation in London. It it is very difficult logistically to do a stadium show overseas, just because you have to get all the people over there and the equipment. And when I was at WrestleMania, I finally got to see close up what they're doing now, and it's so much different than doing an arena show. Do you think that it is a viable possibility to do a WrestleMania overseas, considering everything that they have to go through? Plus, the fans have to get there too. And I'm sure they'll still sell it out. They could still sell it out with the European crowd, but the American fans are used to going. Man, that's a could be a rough trip for them.
I definitely think they can sell it out easily. It's WrestleMania. I mean, American fans will make the trip for that. European fans make the trip all the time to America for WrestleMania. I imagine there's enough hardcore American fans who will still make that trip. It's 2 nights as well. I don't know if that makes it easier or not with the equipment. I would think it would make it easier because it's like, okay, we're not just using this for a 1 night thing, we're using it for a 2 night thing. I think the tough part is you not only got to do the 2 nights of WrestleMania, you got to do the SmackDown beforehand. You probably got to do the Raw afterwards as well. So everybody's over there for an extended period of time. And then the time thing
Yeah.
could be a big thing because, okay, so do you air it live? And this is, we don't quite know all these details with All In as far as where it's airing and everything. So it aired live at 3 o'clock. The show yesterday, Money in the Bank, aired 3 p.m. Eastern for us here on the East Coast. And but it was 8 o'clock over there in England. So do you air money or do you air WrestleMania at like 11 o'clock at night over there in England? So it's still at 7, 8 o'clock for fans in America. I don't know how that works out totally. I think the time kind of throws it off more than like anything logistically. I just don't know if they want to do that. Have a WrestleMania at three in the afternoon on Saturday and Sunday. I think there's a lot that goes into it, and that's why we haven't seen it yet. Um, but look, if you're throwing John Cena out there to
Right.
do that spot,
Yeah,
you got to deliver at some
Yeah,
point in the near
absolutely.
future. You can't just do that and be like, you know what? You guys weren't loud enough. That segment didn't hit. Like,
yeah.
no, that segment hit.
Absolutely. Well, your thoughts on the Money in the Bank winners? I know my cohort David Difference is not pleased with the men's winner.
Furious. Nah. I mean,
You're disappointed. You're
It
disappointed. He's a
happens.
big LA Knight guy.
That's my
I'm
guy.
with you.
Yeah.
How
Um,
are you feeling about the both the Money in the Bank winners?
Like, I think Damian Priest makes sense because they beat the guy like a drum all the way leading up to it. And usually when they beat a guy that often leading into Money in the Bank, they have him win Money in the Bank. It's like, oh, okay, he has the briefcase now. And he'll probably keep taking losses because he still has the briefcase. He wasn't involved in a lot of those like big brawl segments as well. So they kept him out of that. I think it makes sense. And I think there's a good story there with Priest. And they teased it a little bit last night with Finn Balor potentially winning, cashing in on Finn, and then Priest is like, no, I was never going to cash in on
Right.
Finn. I think there's a decent enough story there. But I'm with David, man. Like, look, if you got someone as hot as LA Knight, just give him that briefcase. They miss this opportunity so often when somebody is so hot like this, and they just don't do it. They don't capitalize, and now you worry. Okay, are the fans going to react the same to LA Knight? You hope so. You hope it works out, but you just don't know. Sometimes you just got to capture those moments and deliver on those moments with the crowd. And they had it last night with LA Knight and they didn't give it to us. And now we'll see what the fallout is. I think there would have been a great story with LA Knight too of doing a teased cash in and everything. I think you could make the story work with either Damian Priest or LA Knight. I'm not like totally mad at Priest. I understand it. There's a story. LA Knight was the guy to me though. EO, I'm 100% on board with. I think she's definitely deserved it for a long time. I think again, there's a good story you can do there. I assume she'll hold it for a little while. They got the Bailey situation to figure out the damage control. Are they still together? Are they gonna split? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen there? But EO makes a lot of sense, and I imagine she'll go like full on baby face here pretty shortly, and then we'll get a nice little Asuka and EO feud set up in the coming months.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.